Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our final match of the day. It's Team DK taking on HGT. DK are looking a little shaky right now, sitting at 7-15. They are by far the worst performing Chinese team in the qualifier. And I say that because DK is the only non-Chinese team, the only Chinese team who's in the bottom 7. Everybody else is from Southeast Asia, so they are struggling. HGT, a world apart. They are 16-6, looking damn good. Top 4 almost secured at this point. Just need a few more wins on the board, so we'll see if they can bust anything out. But I do want to talk about the draft now. The Jungle Bloodseeker bans continue. HGT, remove that hero immediately. This is just getting ridiculous. Everybody's banning the Bloodseeker. It makes me so sad. We've barely gotten to see him. I love casting the hero. The Bloodseeker Zeus the other day was sensational to watch, but it is now removed from the pool. So, walking our way through the draft here. HGT, with the first overall pick, they go directly into an Axe. A ballsy, aggressive hero. And, well, it is something Kaka could potentially run in the jungle. We've seen him playing quite a few junglers as of late. The Jungle Doom comes to mind, but it also could be a safe lane farming core going the way of ZSMJ. They'll now get the Air Shadow Fiend. The approach that we saw earlier against HGT, Tong Fu took them down 2-0. What they did was they banned Shadow Fiend and Chen every game because HGT loved to run this Shadow Fiend mech. Get the mech, pick Chen, and then just start pushing early. So it won't be that same draft this time around, as we're going to see them now go into a Skywrath Mage. So very different kind of opening, but with this you get the Axe Berserker's Call, you blink in, call, and then immediately Mystic Flare. As HGT picked the Wisp, DK said, we don't want you to Tiny Wisp us, so they actually picked up Tiny. Remaining. But now they're in an awkward position where I'm not sure that HGT really needed or wanted the Tiny Wisp, to be honest. They might have just been planning on running an Axe Wisp. We saw it earlier, and it was pretty effective in the jungle, actually, from Tong Fu. Final few bans coming out. PA removed. And DK looking for a heavy right-click lineup thus far. They back off for some team fight. Getting the Disruptor, good solution for the Wisp. Can help deal with the Axe initiations, obviously. It's I think still an underrated support in this patch. The Venge, all the rage nowadays. No surprises that she gets through, but HGT now with their final pickup. Now it looks like it's definitely a core X now. Not sure if they go aggressive trialing with this, if they dual lane mid, run the Shadow Fiend safe lane, but generally we just see air on the Shadow Fiend, which would suggest maybe a dual lane mid with the Wisp. The Wisp can do a bunch of stacking for him while he farms and control the runes, and just help keep him in fighting shape. And then that would put Axe Skywrath probably bottom and something else for the offlane, if HGT play the standard. They actually ban out Lina. Lina very popular right now in the North American scene in NEL, but haven't really seen her at all in at least the Chinese matches that I've been casting. So, yeah, just a heads up, Winter was supposed to join me for this game. Unfortunately, he had the same bug I did earlier. He was in the lobby, in the caster slot, the game loads, Dota just crashes, and when he reconnects, or when he restarts Dota, he doesn't have the game to connect to. So, I'm not sure what's going on with the servers for casters these days, but it seems to be a recurring problem. 5th pick, final pick, HGT. What's it going to be? Faceless Void. Ooh. Interesting. The Void and X are a little weird together, because they're both initiators, but the Chronosphere doesn't play particularly nice with X. That said, it is good setup for Skywrath Mage. We've seen a lot of teams favoring the Shadow Fiend Void duo lately. And with this pick, maybe we even see just a Void solo safe lane. They might look to go aggressive with this Axe. Skywrath Axe is a possibility in the off lane. Could run the Wisp Shadow Fiend mid, or even a tri-lane with the Axe top. HGT have that option. They can also jungle the Axe, abandon the off lane, and tri-lane mid. Tri-lane mid. Tri-lane the safe lane. Yeah, come on, guys. Tri-lane mid. Let's go. If they do abandon the off lane, though, expect DK to apply pressure on the Shadow Fiend mid. So they'll need to be wary of that. Have someone nearby, like the Wisp, to protect him. Otherwise, he may end up dying quite a bit. So we have some cute combos here. We have the tiny Juggernaut. Just toss in the Jug. Quick Omni Slash. Easy frags. That's something to keep an eye out for. This is exciting. For now, Dream U will save you a bit of gold. It looks like Black will pick up the boots early, so they're running the Tiny and the Jug as cores. They're just running the two range supports, the Venge, the Disruptor. And with that said, guys, we get underway with our second to last game of the day. Kaka going to be playing the Wisp, Icy on the Axe. Following them up will be Air, handling the Shadow Fiend, and taking up the reins of the very pretty boy-esque Skywrath Mage will be Pretty Haw. How fitting. CSMJ on your faceless Void, and DK. Well, they'll be the opposition here. They're a new DK. It ain't your old famous veteran squad. These guys have a lot to prove, and it seems a lot to learn. They have not delivered the results that you would like to see DK live up to. But they're trying to turn it around. Black going to be playing your Juggernaut. Not the same Black as the one on Vici Gaming. It's a different player. Cold Snap, the Clockwork. XPG, support Venge. By the way, this guy has a magnificent beard. XPG. Magnificent, I must say. Dreamy U on the Tiny. And CTY playing the Disruptor. Uh-oh. ZSMJ. They're going to show Cold Snap, but ZSMJ, I think, saw him walking out of the pit. So, you know, the bait can work, but the bait doesn't work when they see you coming from the pit. If you walk, like, this way, that can be... That's not a very good arrow, huh? Whatever. That could be effective. So, CTY on the support role this time. We saw him on the Jungle Bloodseeker yesterday. Are you playing that support? He went for the Boots first Disruptor. Generally not a support we see early Boots on. And so mid will evolve into a Shadow Fiend versus a Tiny. 1v1. Actually, no. 2v1. Yeah, this is not going to work. They are not going to want to leave Air alone in this lane. Dreamy U. Or rather, Dreamy U alone against this lane. He is not going to have a good time. HGT, this should go well. Void versus Clock. Void will dominate this lane pretty hard. Clock can still get a bit of farm and probably won't die until the Void gets level 6, but it's just a bad lane in general. He can die sooner if there's any bashes. In fact, CSMJ went for Backtrack. In some ways is still an offensive skill point, just because if you're in the middle of the creep wave, you can get a lot more aggressive, but hold that thought. Kaka caught up in top lane. He has the bottle charges. He's trying to keep Icy alive as Icy goes in on a CTY. Now the Boots, the Jug getting that quick crit. He's got a Blade Fury. There's a Venge stun and 5 mana, but it's too late. Tether forward. Jug going in on Pretty Haw now. XPG, everybody getting aggressive in this top lane. Nobody dying just yet. Now they Blade Fury onto Icy. Uh-oh, if he doesn't have a Tether support, there's no more bottle charges. There's no more regen. Pretty Haw might go down too. Ticking low to the Thunder Strike, and one more zap. Kapow. They almost get tri-lane wiped. In fact, they will. I think. One more auto attack. CTY makes it a double. Boots is his way into the fray, and, well, that lane is officially over. Tri-lane wipe at 2 minutes. In good news, though, they are dominating their solo lanes. Shadow Fiend doing quite well mid. The Venge looks like gonna suicide the neutrals for a free fountain trip. Air getting caught out, though. Can he get that last raise off? Oh, where's the C-raise? He's a bit slow. Yeah, Venge, bought her boots. I think, over in the big camp. Definitely an intentional suicide.
Time is money.
So Void farms. Well, he's even with the Clock. He goes for the early Orb of Venom. Good for harassing in this lane. And even Time walks in onto Cold Snap just to get aggressive. He's gone for the level 2 Time Walk already. The Cogs are there, pulling CSMJ into tower range. He's going to take a pounding from that. In fact, he might be in trouble. He used it offensively. ZSMJ, no Time Walk out. If he doesn't get a bash, he'll die. Oh, ZSMJ, please. A little slow to react when the Cogs pulled him in, and just not a Bash Lord. Needs to work on his Void skills, I must say. A little training might be in order. 5-1 your score. A 1v1 lane that they should dominate. They're not. Shadow Fiend is winning mid, aside from that death, but the death is a pretty important one. HGT looking a little dicey here as Clockwork will buy his boots and bottle already. Wow, that's fast. 3.5 minutes and immediately deny himself to rush in. Another free TP as Icy will be happily backstabbing here. He's probably dead to Blade Fury damage. Call comes out though, preventing the Blade Fury. Now the Battle Hunger just to keep Icy a bit faster. He does take an early point in it. Generally not a spell we see a whole lot of nowadays. SMJ will get caught outside the Clockwork Cogs. Cold Snap doing a good job of keeping him away. Now going to run in with Battery Assault, and that's a level 3 Battery Assault. CSMJ taking a lot of harassment here. If Clockwork has the level advantage on you, life gets hard. And the mid lane, Shadow Fiend's going to die. Dreamy You will be the trade. CTY going blow for blow with him, though. He's got the Tranquil Boots. Tether Slow coming out. CTY can, I think, still fight through this for a while. He'll drop the Kinetic Field. Orb splashing out. Is there another Scarth Mage Duke? There is, and he's also going to die. CTY's dead, too. Sure, why not? 10 kills. Let's keep it going. 4.5 minutes in. Not enough blood. I'm not satisfied here. I want more.
Do it with flair.
More vengeance. More aggression. And once more, ZSMJ in the bottom lane. Is he going to get these bash procs? There's a Haystorm pop. Oh, this is trouble for ZSMJ. You can't time walk, my friend. Where do you think you're going? Come back here. Blink, blink, blink. And got him. This is not how that lane's supposed to go. Faceless Void is supposed to win that lane.
And their corpse is closer.
This is trouble. They're losing. I mean, all things considered, it's really bad because the 4 includes these denies by DK. So they've had 2 denies to the neutrals. Life is hard. And this might be more pressure coming onto air. Still a lot of cute combos here we've yet to explore. The tiny toss into Juggernaut ulti is definitely one. Venge swap into Jug ulti is another. And CTY now being chased. They want to get this pesky Disruptor off the lane, but they manage to he drops the Kinetic Field, and he manages to get that glimpse back. He's got a TP. He's going to use it in the pit, and the hook shot comes through. Kaka gets nuked, but he tethers out. Barely in the nick of time. He shall survive, it seems. Oh, nope, just kidding. They toss it into Clockwork from downtown. Tony Sama delivers with a big jam.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Man, Air is not having fun. Getting bullied off the lane is CSMJ, who does have Chronosphere. Maybe he can turn this lane. The problem is Clockwork's got an early chainmail. So he gets a lot tankier with this. And in fact, popping the Battery Assault level 3, he may go for something. They do have a Skyrat, though. This is an opportunity. He gets the bash. He should be going now with the Chrono. CSMJ on the jump. They get off that silence. They need just like one more bash to do him in. Cold Snap. No. Vacuums him in with the cogs. Will end up going down. Meanwhile, top lane. Oh, boy. This is not good. Stressful. Stressful game. And in the end, the Juggernaut actually ends up going down. He dives the tower. I thought he would just end up backing off, but he sticks around too long. Axe able to punish him there. I think the dunk was used. And now...
Dire's bottom tower is under
Man, 14 kills. 2 of them are neutral denies, I believe, but still, 12 actual kills already. Cogs are used by Cold Snap. ZSMJ gonna look to fight this one. He's level 3 Battery Assault currently cooling down. He wants that level 7 just to hit a bit harder. I imagine we're gonna see the Blade Mail Rush. But let's see what he has in mind. Now going to work with the Battery Assault. He's got a hook shot as well. ZSMJ, oh, time walk and quick hook. Oh, now you're in trouble, my friend. No chrono, nowhere to run. This Void is on the feed train. It ain't gonna stop until this game ends at the rate it's going. CTY now with the quick glimpse back. Pulls him into a world of pain. Dreamy You, punching him. Another takedown. An absolute bloodbath this game. Already, a score 6-10. But it's really 10-4 with those denies. Streaming in, coming in hot is your Clockwork. He's got the level 4 Battery Assault now. The damage output from the spell is enormous. And he's going to wrangle his way towards Kaka, who barely manages to get the tether off in time. Void already 1-3. As at least is Aquila coming out. But the real winner of this laning stage has to be the Jug. Mask of Madness complete. He's gone for the stats build, so as mentioned, I mean, I've said this a few times in previous casts. There's a lot of ways to build this hero, but just reading and thinking about the math, it feels like the stats build is generally probably the way to go right now with Juggernaut. Every single one of his abilities is a huge value point, and the crit build doesn't give you that much more damage than the stats build. So, at least not until you get some big items, which will be a ways off. Well, time for our first team action by HGT. They maneuver as a group all towards bottom, and they've got the Icy Blink Dagger. This is an opportunity. If they get the quick jump on Cold Snap, they do. Calls there, silence out. He's done for. Oh, didn't get the chop. If he gets the chop, I think he's able to just run down CTY easily. Instead, he battle hungers him, but cannot really pursue from there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is the key item, though. Getting the blink on Icy, he should be looking to constantly get aggressive, go for some pickoffs. They have the Mystic Flare coming soon, about to get level 6 on Pretty Hall. No relocate just yet, but with the Chrono as well as the Blink Call, you've got two great ways to set up for kills, and oh, Pretty Hall trapped out here. There's no defensive relocate, nowhere to run, nowhere to go. Just back to the well with you. And now they look for more. Pushing in the bottom lane at the same time leaving the Tony mid. He's working towards the drums, it looks like. Picks up the Robe of the Magi. While DK make their way towards the mid lane as well. They've got a nice ward here. The high ground hill ward. It looks like both teams placed theirs around the same time. The Radiant slightly... the Radiant slightly before the Dire, so I guess they just weren't looking when that ward got placed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Denied.
So yeah, if you're HGT now, you just need to get your Mystic Flare and then start finding pickoffs with it. They buy a smoke. They want to do something. They want to make a move with this. And it's a little dangerous to dive the SMJ under the tower, but they do have Static Storm. So they drop that now. Avalanche comes through. He's going to need the backtracks of his life if he hopes to live through this, but that's a level 1 backtrack. Not easy. Axe is on the prowl, though. Get ready for a big blink in. He gets off the call on Dreamy U, and there's a glimpse back, but unfortunately the damage is already done. Tiny will end up falling. Nice pickoff there. So many mobile heroes this game. The Clockwork, you've got the toss action, Time Walk, Blink Axe, Relocate. So far only the 1 kill missed. Hopefully I'll be able to stay on the ball here as we move along. So yeah, Clockwork just with the casual chainmail, I guess just to help him survive and trade effectively with the Void in lane, but let's see if he goes back for that Blade Mail. They could get a Medallion. Clockwork generally not the hero that would go for it, but they look for their initiation in the bottom lane. They could go for that toss into Cogs, then when the Void Time Walks out, you just hook after him. That's one way to go. You don't want to hook on him, because then he'll just Time Walk away. This is a pretty poor Tiny, though. 37 CS. He was up against the Shadow Fiend. Isn't a very good lane dominator, the Tiny, generally. If he gets the right runes, he can snowball, but considering Skywrath was there at level 1 and just constantly harassing him, not the easiest matchup. Chronosphere used, and now the swap out, but, well, we'll kill XBG instead. Thank you for the free gold. Regardless, the kill is there. Jug's on the move, though. He's got an Omni Slash. He's going to use it. Creep wave. Oh, splashing nicely. Almost finishing off the Wisp. Not actually getting anyone. As the Faceless Void will finally fall with a follow-up from the clock. Now they engage on air. They pull him into the Cogs, and he's focused by a rock. Oh, the relocate out. They get him out barely. but it's only just behind the tower. Oh, he tried to be cute and clever, but this was probably going to be the death of your Shadow Feed. Avalanche, no, not enough damage. It ends up keeping Air alive. Wiz going to tether on back as the relocate ends. They're still piling their way into this bottom lane. They need more damage. Hit the damn Shadow Feed. Kill the man already. They finally do, but everybody burns. 4 heroes dead for the Dire, 3 for the Radiant. The lone survivor, Avenge. Jesus Christ, what a bloodbath. This is such a brawl. I feel like I'm watching 5v5 mid or something. They just keep on piling in. Like, oh, you want to fight? Instead of relocating back to safety, let's relocate like 10 feet back, and then we'll just keep on fighting under the tower. It works out, though. You can't argue with the results.
Middle tower is under attack.
Blade Mail now complete. This will be a nice pickup against the Skarath Mage. You want to be cute with the Mystic Flare? Well, the only issue is if he doesn't pop the Blade Mail in time. Then it's not so effective. HGT, one of the leaders, for those who have not been following the qualifier very closely, they are all but guaranteed a spot at the LAN finals at this point. And oh, the big blanket initiation. Mystic Flare to follow this one up. Cold Snap about to get kaboomed. They get the follow-up damage there, and with the Shadow Fiend raise, they'll secure the kill. Now, pushing in mid, they don't have a Chronosphere for 5, which is to say they're about to. C2I has his ulti online. Are they going to look to defend this tower? It's pretty difficult. Tiny up in 15, clock in 20, no buybacks. Slow and steady siege here from HGT. They have that relocate if needed. Tower, not going to be put into deny range. And in fact, HGT will back off just for a moment. 30 kills, roughly, at 16 minutes. One of the bloodiest games in recent memory, and with some very interesting lanes and picks overall. They're going to go for the Roche now. Black goes back for some points and crits after the early value stats, and now into the pit he goes. He's got the Mask of Madness slicing his way through this Roshan, and it'll be an easy one. Already the Roche down to half. Man, look at the DPS on Juggernaut. My goodness. This guy is so damn strong. The max wave of terror now, level 2 Vengeance are now. The stun scales differently, so instead of being 10 seconds at all levels, it's now 13 at level 1. So you go for this build, which seems to be the go-to right now. It is punished a bit, but the Venge level 1 stun is still pretty good. It's a lot less damage, but the stun duration is very similar. And ultimately, you can make up for the lack of damage on the stun just by helping your team hit harder. So I don't know if that nerf really makes a big difference in most games. Maybe if you really need the stun burst damage, but most games you don't. Or so it seems anyway, with the way teams are drafting. Black will go for the offensive pickup here. Gets the Blink Dagger. Very nice against the Void. He goes to Chrono you just blink out. He goes to Chrono a teammate. You go for the Blink right next to the Chrono and just Omni Slash him if possible. It's a generally good item for juking around in fights and maybe continuing your Omni Slash onto another target. I'm going to push in the bottom lane now. Clearing out the catapult at the same time, though. A little smoke is inbound. Icy leading the charge. Air has a BKB. And HGT, get ready. They get set. The rocket comes out, won't give them vision. And showing right now the Void Wisp top. But HGT get cold feet. They're going to back off. Shadowfiend will raise out this mid lane. He'll work on the catapult, and that means nobody here to defend bottom. Pretty Hall hiding so far back. He is total food if they toss anybody in, if he gets hooked. The only thing that will save him is a defensive relocate. And for that to happen, Wisp has to be in the neighborhood. She's not.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So DK will take the tier 2 bottom, establishing some really good map control, keeping their farm up on the jug. By the way, this Tiny is awful poor. 1,600 gold in the bank, 54 CS. His net worth is below the enemy offlane Void. That is rough, but good news, Juggernaut's a beast. So DK are going to put their hopes and dreams onto Black's back. Let's see if he can deliver. They swing around now, heading towards the north side of the map. There's an observer ward here. Jug gonna get scouted out, and Disruptor, he's the invis one. Oh, they can get the initiation now with Omni Slash. He goes in, they get off the Static Storm. Where's that Omni? Glimpsing him back. Oh, he Omni'd right as he got glimpsed back, so he ends up canceling the Omni. Was out of acquisition range, but, well, doesn't really matter. Ends up getting the kill anyway. Kind of a clowny engagement. Well, meanwhile, Kaka, what you doing, my friend? Gets caught up by the clockwork and unable to retreat. Didn't have mana for his ultimate. Would have been cancelled anyway by the constant barrier assault, many stuns. Not the smoothest execution by DK, but nonetheless, it's an execution. HGT get killed off. CTY gonna buy his Blink Dagger from the side shop. So now we're looking at the 1800 range from that, plus another 1200 from the Blink, so 3000 potential initiation range for that Disruptor. That's a lot. Very aggressive, just general performance from DK, and an impressive one. As I mentioned, they're towards the bottom end of the group. They're almost guaranteed not to be able to go to the LAN finals, if they aren't already. Mostly fighting for pride. We saw some very silly drafts from them the other day, but they seem to have buckled down here for the match against HGT. Jug, just keep you as far up. He's just... The Mask of Madness Yasha build just works so well for the hero. Farms incredibly quickly, can rosh early, amps up your Omni Slash to an insane degree, and everything's cheap and easy to build. That's the best part. And normally, you'd be punished because you're just so damn squishy. But with Jug, you've got Omni Slash, Healing Ward, Blade Fury, 3 abilities that are very good defensively. In addition to, in the case of the Omni, dish out a lot of damage. And they want more mobility. They get now not only the Disruptor Blink, not only the Jug Blink, not only the Hook and the Toss, but they're going to throw Avenge Blink on top of it all. This is T-mobility. HGT looking to engage on the Black. Well, he takes a beating. He will pop his Healing Ward and hang back for a few moments, trying to recover his vitality. Still waiting his Cold Snap right now. Dire Vision. They see these orbs spiraling around. They have an angle. Yeah, they do. They hook shot straight in on air. Defensive relocate being channeled up, but he can't tether in because he BKB'd. Oh, Shadow Feed. Oh no, this could be trouble. Jug Omni Slash ended up coming through, but it's not enough to get the kill, and now he's forced to retreat the hell away as the team gets run over by a Chronosphere. The dunk from IZ. Can we get a double dunk? A double dunkerino? Call? Chop? Kaboom! 4 heroes dead. Oh, that Shadow Fiend BKB looked like it was going to hurt them, but the Jug Omni Slash ended up not being enough damage to kill him off, and from there, HGT right back in this game. Nearly a 4,000 gold swing. Well, DK lose a lot of momentum off of that one. No other way to put it. They do still... The biggest liability to me is this Tiny. Like, Dreamy U has just not been a big impact hero in this game. 1 in 5 mid. Yeah, he got dual laned for a little bit by Skywrath, as well as Shadow Fiend. But that said, you run Tiny as a mid, and he's building to be a carry. Like, he needs to get the eggs at a reasonable time. And in fact, Dreamy U, he runs in. He's gonna whiff the avalanche. Wah wah wah. Oh, that was a little bit easy. They might lose their Juggernaut. He's got a Blink Dagger, but he's got to be careful not to get caught and have that Blink disabled. The one concern for DK is you get this many Blinks. That is over 6,000 gold spent on items that do not directly increase your punch for punch, pound for pound fighting power. But with these Blinks, they need to be looking for pickoffs. Just spread the map out a bit. Don't get caught in the big AoE combo from HGT, particularly the Chronosphere, Mystic Flare, the calls. If they get roped into playing this HGT style and are 5-manning more often, that's where things tend to go awry. They are going to look for the initiation on ZSMJ. He's right next to the creep wave. They're waiting for more. They drop the static storm. ZSMJ going to immediately BKB, though, as Disruptor blinks out. They force out the 10-second BKB with that. Pretty good trade for DK, as long as they don't have to fight while static storm's down. And they will get the Jug. Agonist now, about to get the level 3 ultimate. He'll have the 12 base jumps, plus the additional in-between slashes. And now it's just a matter of Black building up his right-click potential. Manta style probably will be the choice from here. Maybe goes into the Butterfly or the Basher next. There's a lot of physical damage on HGT. Uh-oh. They catch out XBG and he just melts.
I said good day, sir.
Meanwhile, mid lane, we're gonna see Dreamy U showing his pretty little head. Where's the team? He goes in to farm the wave past the river with everybody missing. Dire vision, they didn't see anyone. And now he just tries to run away, but he gets chronoed for it. Dreamy U, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. DK really playing some pub Dota right now. Like, they just saw 4 heroes here. A teammate died. Then his whole team goes to the jungle. And he's pushing mid with no backup, no escape plan. Now Cold Snap's gonna die. HGT just being fed a bunch of free kills. This is quickly falling apart. What is this Dota I'm watching? Did everyone just have their crazy pills today? It's certainly entertaining. I'm not complaining by any means, but it's looking more and more like HGT are going to turn this around. They now have swung the graph about 5,000 gold. Actually more closer to 6,000 and 7,500 experience. They put the Shadow Fiend in front. Now Manta complete. Pretty good, well, actually really good Manta game. You're up against the Venge stun. Pretty easy to Manta dodge if you time it right, as well as the Juggernaut ulti. Just having those extra illusions, though. Wisp will get assassinated by Black. Finally manages to find a kill with his Omni Slash. It feels like it's been a while. He was just racking them up non-stop earlier. But has slowed down a little bit. They're going to make their move towards the Dire Ancients for now. Still being scouted out by this Observer Ward on the Radiant side. Checking out the Dire Vision. It's not great. They don't see a whole lot. Radiant Vision, oh, they see a lot more as Icy goes in for the big 3-hero call. They don't have a Chronosphere, though, and Void is nowhere to be found. Oh, looking for the chop. He doesn't actually get it off. BKB now going to wear off. Icy rimming out on that one. Now getting hooked and trapped and caught out significantly. Blade Mail was used. Air reluctant to engage. Chronosphere is ready, though. ZSMJ, he's looking for the Chrono. He's going to try to focus down Cold Snap and chases onwards to get off the swap. Not sure if that was the right play, as there was very little chance he escapes, but in the end it cost them the Venge, too. Now it's HGT's turn to go into the pit. Static Storm online. They could look to drop this. Roche going to drop quickly. Dreamy U in through the front door. They Static Storm. Now the Omni coming out. And through it all, they're just right-clicking with Tony. Oh, but the Chrono. Now they get Dreamy U. Wisp back into it with Skywrath. Can they end up winning this fight? Turning around Black. Scurrying towards freedom. The lone survivor, CTY Black, not going to be so lucky. He'll die, most likely. Heads to the side shop. Actually blinks away. He's going to survive. The Blade Mail, no. The last Wisp Orb. Oh, no. Oh, no. Blink Steel, go for it. Go for it, Disruptor. Do it. Do it. CTY, what a hero. Just kidding. Oh, no. Oh, nothing going their way any longer. What a clowny retreat by the Jug. Blade Furies to dodge that last Arcane Bolt, blinks into the trees, and then that one solitary Wisp Orb, all that's needed to bring him down. From bad to worse for DK. Even though it goes up and down in terms of net worth, the big thing is just having the Aegis on the Shadow Fiend now, and more importantly, having it denied to DK. I feel like they needed that +1 advantage, just with the way this game is going. So HGT, I don't know if they push in any longer. They don't have Chronosphere up. Probably just going to back off. They are starting to eye this Clockwork, though, and look at him longingly. A potential juicy kill. As the game goes on, the clock pick will just start to fall off. Already the Void bringing a lot more to the table. He does have an Axe, though, which can be a big game-changing item. Potentially. Dire Vision right now. They were looking for a Blink Glimpse, it looks like, but Shadow Fiend able to retreat a bit too far out of range. What a way to wrap up the day with our second to last game. I'm glad I stayed up for this one. The past few games, very serious, very buttoned down and focused, but we got a little flavor with this one. Some spicy plays and misplays. This is what I live for. Quality Dota. HGT now. Grouping up and congregating bottom. They are going to push. They have the mech on the Skywrath. And they look for a tier 2 now. And the trade will be that DK go mid. They don't really want to fight this. Juggernaut going back for his Basher. He only has it complete. Blink calls there, though. BKB now used. Icy will assassinate the ward. They're going to ambush. DK exploding the Vengeful Spirit. Oh, she melts in a hurry. Omni Slash already used just to kill off the Axe, but is it worth it if you end up losing your Void? Or your Juggernaut? Nope, not really. Double kill there. A 2-for-1 exchange, and it only cost them an Axe. The Wisp kind of awkwardly back to the top lane. Rocket. Oh, and the hook shot. Kaka in trouble. Meanwhile, ZSMJ finds another kill on CTY, and Kaka looks for the retreat out. How's he going to live? Battery Assault, nothing to tether to. They were coming. Reinforcements were inbound, but weren't there yet. As Air, with an Eye of Scotty, charges after Dreamy U. There is an avalanche up the high ground, but he's just going to continue walking out. Another fight and another couple of kills favoring the Radiant team. Losing only the Wisp and the Axe and getting a bunch of gold onto the Shadow Fiend and the Void. Maelstrom finally complete. Shadow Fiend now, after the Eye of Scotty. We'll see what direction he wants to take his build. Butterfly, Daedalus, Satanic. And those are the types of items he can look forward to now. And DK have lost pretty much all their momentum at this point. Dreamy U is still trying to complete his Aghanim Scepter at 31 minutes into the game. The Jug builds a Basher. I mean, I feel like Jug is close to that point where you can't ever count the hero out just because of how game-changing a good Omni Slash can be, but he's not really ahead is the problem. He's obviously he's behind the Shadow Fiend's net worth, and with a Mant on Shadow Fiend, eventually he's probably going to get a Butterfly, then his illusions have evasion, so you still get those regular slashes that can't be evaded, but all your extra attacks you have to worry about. So then you need to get an MKB, and this is all assuming he even gets the Omni Slash out, and he's also up against 2 carries that will probably win in a man fight. The Shadow Fiend, if he stays ahead, an item should, and the Void definitely will. So you've got to kill both with Omni Slash. It's possible, but it's definitely not easy. DK smoked, and it's about to wear off Radiant Vision. They don't see anything in this region. They're going to fire a rocket from the south. Hey, by the way, guys, we're coming for you from the south. In case you didn't know where we are. Now a mass flurry of pings. Oh, are they going to fight after that? Yeah, they're like, screw it, man. You know what? They know we're coming. That's okay. YOLO. Well, good luck with your YOLO. I wish you all the best. Dreamy U gets dunked. That's going to start the fight up. Now a hook shot onto ZSMJ. He turns with the BKB. Begins clubbing. That's a chop number 2 for Icy. They did end up losing their Wisp, but they look for chop number 3. Oh, he's out of mana right now. Isn't going to be able to dunk, it looks like. Static Storm there. Black trying to turn against him. And they will end up getting the Icy kill. Now the Void on there on ZSMJ. Just holding the Chrono for ages. Blink forward, though. They glimpse him on back, and he gets wrangled in. Unfortunately, the Jug, because he blinked in, can't really help. So now ZSMJ tries to run another hook shot following, and the Battery Assault working on him. A crit and a kill. A 3 for 2. How often does that play work? Smoke all the way around, then just for good measure, shoot a rocket, just to make sure they know the general direction that your Clockwork off the map is coming from, and then take the fight anyway, and win the fight. Well, that's one way to do it. And with that, Jug gets about halfway to his Sacred Relic. In fact, a little bit more. So Black is closing in on it if he wants to get the Abyssal Blade. Could go back to Manta. Could go for a Butterfly instead. A lot of options here. He breaks in, though. He's got Omni Slash. Can he get in range? Oh. I don't know if his Omni kills air. He's got the Talisman of Evasion. If Manta's up, it definitely doesn't. But if the Manta's down, then just maybe. Blink. Oh boy. Whoa, mama. The nice Berserker's Call, my friend. It actually ends up tanking some of the Omni Slashes, though, so it kind of works out here as the chase is on to the Wisp. Can Black get either of these kills? He blinks forward. He gets one. Now he wants Icy as well. This Juggernaut coming up big here in the clutch, although now he's going to pay with his life. Blade Fury, he gets chopped down. Icy going for the dunk. As our Clockwork did fire off a hook shot, kills off the Axe in exchange with the rocket, it looks like, and now the turn. CTY being forced that back towards safety. He's got a Blink Dagger as well. Not using it just yet. It's almost like he's baiting. Now the Venge gonna blink out. Everybody retreating, and Tiny trying to rat now. His 35-minute eggs is a complete. Another 1,100 gold in the bank, and slowly working away on some buildings. What a game. 34-28. That's one way to get around. Just hooking from camp to camp. What a life for our Clockwork here. But it's going to be tough for DK. Once the Shadow Fiend gets a Butterfly. Jug does go back for the Manta. I think your next item here, maybe Abyssal, but then you gotta find a way to get an MKB into the mix. Having the two illusions and having evasion on all three, that is problematic against the Omni Slash. Taking a deep breath here. The teams are gonna collect themselves a little bit. Tiny gonna snag a Mask of Madness. Some easy attack speed for him. But, yeah. Well, let's just hope he doesn't get Mystic Flared or Chronoed, because if he does, he's done for. Grouping up near the bottom lane, HGT. Last time they were here, it got interesting. Are they going to go for a push bottom again? No, it doesn't look like it. Clear out the illusions that are scouting, and an item that could be a game changer. The Disruptor Aghanim Scepter comes out.
Time is money.
They don't have like a perfect setup for it. Hookshot's decent though. Dire Vision, they have some. They just spotted this hero moving in. Air, that's the ideal target too. Omni Slash to come through, the bashes beginning Mantas, but he gets tossed, slammed back down, and explodes in a cloud of flames. They are looking to chrono this though. On 3, well done. BKB was used by ZSMJ. Mystic Flare follows this up. Now they deploy the statics on him. ZSMJ starts to melt quickly. He's pushed back off the cogs into the middle of the lightning storm. Ends up going now. Now HGT chasing after Dreamy U, also running from the rest of this team. Although, maybe not. Maybe IC's not running. He's chopping. He goes for one chop. Where's that secondary chop? He's out of mana. He can't get it off. Has stick charges, but the cogs will remove it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now they glimpse. They turn that Wisp off, sending her right back. Shadow Fiend did bite back for this as well, and a big downtown hook shot from Cold Snap brings him back to safety. CTY during this time will waltz into the pit, and, well, now a rocket coming in. Getting them vision on the Roshan. Can they get back here in time? No buyback on Tiny. Are we going to see a roast? Oh, no, not this time, my friend, says Icy. You want to be cute? You think you're clever? No, you're not. You ain't so hot. So, can they actually defend this rush? Maybe they can. They have the Omni Slash. Radiant team, though, has the GG ward. They're painting it out. Damn it, dude. They have a ward here. They have a ward here. Be careful. Clockwork started it off. Jug gonna come in with the Omni Slash. He gets the bash on air. Now Mantane. Is it sufficient, though? Keeps on Omniing. They only bring air back a few inches. Oh, the hook shot. Cold snap whiffed. Air is now going in again. He gets pushed off the cogs. He's got no BKB for 40. No Jug ulti for 50.
Attack.
And now an Axe buyback. Why the hell not? We've got, what's it, 2 buybacks on this fight? Skywrath bought back earlier. I don't think I ever mentioned that. Not sure how much it matters or even when it happened, but oh well. It's a chaotic game. They're looking for the Roche again. Kaka, Aaron, ZSMJ. Still not ready to give this one up without a fight now. Of course, if Shadow Fiend dies here, or the Void, they got problems because neither of these heroes have the buyback. Actually, Axe, all 3 of their cores don't have buyback. So going into that Roche pit is very risky. Not to mention Jug is... If Jug gets another couple of kills, he's going to have the Abyssal Blade, assuming he goes for it. Both teams just reluctant to go into the pit. Ping's coming out from the Radiant. They've got this Observer Ward. They see the Roche walk out. Jug blinked in, and that's unfortunate. Now they know. They saw the big rock. They saw the big stone guy on the move. Blink initiation onto Black. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. He's got Omni Slash. He quickly unwinds, but it only hits on the Axe. Is that good enough? Tiny into the fray. Air standing strong for now, but getting latched onto. They're going to lose 4. Another kaboom. They end up wiping the floor with them, getting the hook shot off on the Skywrath Mage. He's going to fall too. DK turning this game on its head, and now they've got an Abyssal on Jug. They've got an Aegis. And a cheese to boot, another team wipe, and oh, by the way, that's a 6,000 gold swing, more or less. And that's a dieback now for your Axe, a dieback for the Shadow Fiend. A costly little Roshan. That's putting it mildly.
Boom, there it goes.
The Omni only hit on 1, but Tiny came in, got the Avalanche toss-off, was going to work with Mask of Madness, as well as the Aghanim Scepter and CTY with a nice Static Storm to take that fight. It's now about to cool down. Now they begin hacking away at buildings. They've got 50 seconds without a Shadow Fiend. This might just be 2-3 lanes of rack. Well, it won't be 3 because there's a tier 2 top, but maybe they go for the mid racks, then back off. Maybe they go for 2. Maybe they try to dive on that throne. I mean, that seems like the fitting way to try and win this game is to overextend on the tier 4 towers. They'll blink south. Black still rapidly chewing his way through buildings. He's got Omni. Blink going down in 5. He could just dive for some kills, but he'd rather take these buildings out. DK, in a show of force, are looking to take this game 1. And they're now in prime position to do it. Now 4k gold up on your Jug. He's pulled 5k ahead. He was just even. Icy will get caught. Quick Omni Slash assassination, and down goes the Axe. Doesn't want to waste any... Didn't want to take any chances, did not want to mess around, just quick, clean kills. Now 4.4k gold and counting.
Top tower is under attack.
Do it with
By the way, Clock gets the Shivas, and other item progression, nothing really. Just noticing Shadow Fiend still has not completed the Butterfly. The dieback definitely hurting him there. Without that, the Juggernaut ulti is just ruining him.
Top tower is under attack.
Despite being poor, the one thing about this Tiny build is his damage output, his DPS is extremely high when he pops Mask of Madness and gets the Avalanche Touch, relative to some other carries. And obviously not as scary as like a properly farmed Tiny, but not something to sneeze at either. Black about to be 6-slotted, and I mean, you can always go for, I guess, the pocket 7th item refresher in the base, just have your extra Abyssal Blade. Secondary Omni Slash is nice. BKB now picked up on Tony. Not sure how much difference it will make this game. It does help you against the Mystic Flare. That's really about it. DK, you can see the game swinging their way now in a big way. Look at this. Just look at all these kills, man. I cast a game earlier today for, I'm sure a lot of you are just waking up in the US or possibly just getting home from work in Europe, but there was like, you have 5 kills, like no kills all the way through here, a couple of kills here. You know, that's like a normal, slow-paced game, but this game is just a constellation of constant death and violence. HGT holding the line.
Incoming.
And the line is apparently the very depths of their base.
Radiant's top tower is under
Here
attack.
comes the push, though. Jug now picking up the
Radiant's
Demon
top
Edge.
tower
He's got
has
an
fallen.
MKB inbound, I believe. This is a Jug in his prime. He's going to sell the Mask of Madness, so it gets a lot more durable with this item change out, and still hits incredibly hard. Even if Shadow Fiend were to complete that butterfly now, though, he's still very vulnerable. DK go to work. They're going to get ready to initiate on this lane. They'll leave the Tiny in front. He's the big building sieger. He's also the least important hero on their team, I think. As funny as that is to say. Hookshot fishing. Bit off the mark. That is a long way to go. DK just slow rolling this. They're like going to let the bottom lane push in. They'll wait for the good opportunity to initiate. And there's your hookshot. Gets the creep wave. Nicely done. I think Cold Snap just trying to make sure he doesn't get rusty here, you know. He doesn't want to forget how to ride that bike. Oh, I see. He went for the Berserker's Call from the tree line. I'm not sure if he really wants to go on Tiny there, though. To me, Tiny is possibly the worst hero to jump. First of all, they can swap out. Secondly, it sets your team up to get hookshotted as they try to follow you up. And if you don't kill the Jug, you might lose your entire team to Omni. They go in now, though. They get that Berserker's Call initiation on Dreamy U. Is this going to work out the way they're hoping for? The bubble is deployed, but on the top of it comes the Juggernaut. Looking for some opportunities for kills. He slashes his way through with the Omni, and now he's got to duke it out with pretty hard. He's, well, holding on for now. Air, the last man standing. 4, 5 heroes dead. HGT get destroyed. So much for DK being the least impressive team from China in this qualifier. All of a sudden, they've got a shot in the arm here. They wipe the floor with HGT, who were 16-6. DK were 7-15 coming into this game, but, well, the tides have turned. Perhaps this is the start of an epic comeback by DK. They've got 7 games to go now, 8 before this one, and, well, guys, I don't really have any words or analysis other than that was a game of Dota 2. I hope you enjoyed it. You can watch it if you missed it on youtube.com/BeyondTheSummit.tv, and you can follow me on Twitter if you like. I'm LD, twitter.com/LDDota. Thank you for watching. We've got one more game coming down the home stretch here. Game 2 after this. Dota 2.